When you think about mobility, that's an increasing concern for everyone, because ultimately we see fragmentation in terms of how consumers are using these different platforms. And by platforms, I mean PC, smartphone, and tablet. Now, it used to be that that platform was a good proxy for usage, right? When we'd see somebody on a phone, we know that they'd be using the phone on the weekend for a very specific thing. We're seeing some of those differences fall away. So platform is no longer a proxy for usage. People are using tablets for things that they historically had used PCs for. They're using phones for things that they had historically used PC for. So ultimately the challenge for us and the challenge for the dealers is, how do you deliver content to these consumers in a meaningful way, regardless of what platform they're on? We've launched a new tablet experience that we think is groundbreaking. The engagement levels of our new car tablet experience actually increased versus PC, meaning people were spending more time with specific makes, and they were looking at more models within a make. Now, on top of that, though, is when we actually introduced advertising, our form of advertising, integrated content into this new experience, engagement increased further. Now think about that for a second, right? The normal paradigm is you introduce advertising and consumer engagement actually decreases. In this case, engagement actually increased. Now the reason that we believe that this happened is because ultimately advertising is good quality content. Right message, right consumer, right time is really, really useful, because it's less about advertising. At that point, it's more about personalization. When you look at what the folks at Amazon have done and some of these other folks who have really been industry leaders when it comes to personalization, they've found ways to engage consumers with content that isn't just specifically advertising, but does lead them down a path where it increases their commitment to buy. We're ultimately trying to do the same thing.